to another Chapcast episode from the authors of Taking Initiative on Writing. Chapter 1: Surveying Writing Instruction in Your School. Listen as Crystal, an instructional leader at her school, considers how she and her colleagues could better utilize existing survey data.
The students in my 10th grade English class take a state writing test at the end of every school year. And at the end of the state test is a set of questions the students are asked to answer about their writing practices. So the questions include things such as asking them about their out-of-school writing practices. What kind of writing do you do outside of school? The questions ask them to talk about the writing they do in the classroom, what types and what genres they write in the classroom. There's a question that asks them if they keep a portfolio of writing, how they feel about their writing, if they feel that this example they just did for the test was a strong example of their writing or a weak example of their writing. And after the students take the test every spring, I don't ever see, as an English teacher, I don't ever see the results of those questions. And I think one useful way that that data like that could be used would be if some surveys were put in place by administration or by other teachers or by the leadership team, they would ask those sorts of questions and then put it together for the school. The teachers would have a more broad view of the ways that students in their school are writing, the feelings and reactions that students had towards writing, what kinds of writing they're doing in their classrooms that they value and that they that have overlap with other non-class. So I think surveying students could be, and collecting that data, could be a powerful way to strengthen and support our writing initiative.
In the following clip, Terrence, a physical education teacher and member of his school's writing initiative leadership team, shares how he and his colleagues developed surveys that would help them account for existing writing practices and attitudes.
As a physical education teacher, writing is important to me because it shows me it gives my students an opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge of my content. They can show it to me physically, but then to see that they also mentally grasp the content is very beneficial for me as well. So when the district came out with its writing initiative, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to learn from others, how other disciplinary teachers incorporate writing into their daily curriculum, and also to give a voice to the non-traditional, non-core areas, and to help everybody really brainstorm and come up with great ways for all teachers in the school to. When we talked about instituting our writing initiative school-wide, we first realized that we needed to figure out who was teaching writing or who was using writing in their content. If all teachers were already using it, then obviously we could start at a different point than if, say, not all teachers were using it. So we decided then that it was important for us to survey the teachers to find out who was using writing, who was not using writing, and then we could go from there. So once we got the surveys back from the teachers, we realized that not very many of our teachers were using writing in their classes. And so we decided that as it would be a good idea to give them as many different ideas as to how they could incorporate writing on a daily basis. So what we did was we have a staff meeting once a month, and at that staff meeting we took some time to demonstrate a writing strategy or writing technique. We surveyed the students at the beginning to see how much they realized they were writing in school, and then as a benchmark a year afterward, or partly through our first year, we surveyed them again, and students did realize that they were writing more often in their classes across the board.